Welcome back to another episode of Courtside Talk. We got the Week 1 Power Rankings. My name is Anthony, and this is my co-host, Matt. And before we get into the video, we're going to rank the top 16 teams. But you guys have to like the video before we start it because the likes helps us a lot. And we see you guys watching, and we appreciate the support. But you guys got to like up the video to support the guys. So with no further ado, Matt, tell me how you're feeling. And we're going to talk about the Pelicans first because I feel like they're kind of disrespected at number 16 after their playoff run last year.
Think so? It's kind of true. All right, welcome back to Courtside Talk. It's the Power Rankings, Week 1.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
ready. We're starting with the Pelicans. I like their chances of improving from last year. I think adding CJ McCollum and Zion Williamson, hopefully if he's healthy, plays at least 75-80% of the games. I could definitely see this team finishing with a winning record, not 10 games below 500 like last year. Even with some of the role players, seems like they have a defensive identity, and Valanciunas is in his prime.
Bro, he's
This
snapping.
team looks really good. What do you think of them?
Yo, listen, I like the Pelicans, man. They played the Suns in the first round last year, and they were giving the Suns a tough time, man. Like Ingram's a poor man's KD right now, and he's still going off. And actually, this is being recorded after the games last night, so Pelicans actually beat the shit out of the Brooklyn Nets last night. And they have not the rookie, second year name. What's his name? The point guard. I can't remember his name.
Alvarado?
No, the other guy. Defense. I can't remember his name now. But they have him starting at point guard. I have him in my league. I can't believe I don't remember his name.
Jones?
Jones? Yes. Herbert Jones is defensive, man. McCollum's not really defensive. Ingram can play defense, but Zion and Valanciunas, bro, they have a very good defensive identity. They play great team defense. They know how to rotate. They know how to communicate. And, they have people that can score on that team, right? Even like Trey Murphy, bro. Trey Murphy used to play a lot of minutes. Like, he's on the Pelicans now, and he can shoot the lights out, right? Like, I seen him in the Chris Brickley workout on Instagram. I was like, bro, this guy can shoot. And the thing is, even on the games that Zion doesn't play, they have enough guys that can score. Like, Ingram can get you 40. Yeah, bro. Like, Zion doesn't play, Ingram can get 40. It's literally not a problem, right? Same thing with McCollum. So the Pelicans are going to be really good, man. They have veteran leadership, decent coaching, good defense. I don't like them starting off at number 16. I know they're based off of last year's stuff with the power rankings, but I think they
make the playoffs?
Yeah, 100%. Not the play-in. They're a top 8 team in the West, bro. 100% they're a top 8 team in the West. Nobody's going to want to see them like consistently, I promise you. And they play 8 of their first 11 games on the road. But last year they lost 12 of their first 13, Matt, and they still went 36-46. So I'm sure they're going to have a stronger start than that. So we will see. Yeah, for sure. Anything else you want to add, or we're good?
Let's go to number 15, the Atlanta Hawks. This is your team, your boy,
Bro,
DeJounte Murray.
43-39 last year. They were kind of underwhelming, Matt. I think, we were expecting some more out of them last year, and they got the shit kicked out of them in the playoffs. But I think it was a good thing because you could see Trey can't do it on his own. So they had to go and get that second ball handler, somebody who can play defense. Like, the thing with DeJounte Murray is, like, he's a hybrid of, like, a pure point guard, but also a Klay Thompson at the same time, minus the shooting. I'm talking on the defensive end, right? Like, Trae Young is going to get the Steph Curry treatment where he can run off ball, run off screens, shoot a bunch of threes, and DeJounte Murray can run with the second unit, and he's going to guard the other team's best point guard or shooting guard every single night. And last year they had Kevin Huerter, Matt, and Bogdanovich guarding the Steph Currys of the world and the Devin Bookers, and, like, that shit's not going to fly. DeAndre Hunter's there. He got a contract. That shit's out of the way. He's going to be playing well. They still have John Collins, Capella, and Okongwu, and it looks like he's going to take over Capella's starting spot. Even if Capella comes off the bench or they split the minutes down the middle, they still have good center play for defense. And they don't need the center to score in Atlanta. They need him to catch lobs, roll to the rim, set screens for DeJounte Murray and Trey. And listen, some people are like, oh, how's that going to work? That shit is going to work, and that shit is going to work very well. I still think that John Collins or DeAndre Hunter got to be, like, more. They got to score more, but I think it's good enough for this year. I don't see them going to the finals or anything, but, Matt, they're good. They're going to be a threat.
Second round potential for sure.
Yeah, they even have, depending who they play, if Trae Young gets hot for 4 or 5 games and DeJounte does too, they have conference finals potential, right? So They're gonna be a matchup problem for sure for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I like this team. I think Dejounte Murray, he's filling in the gap. I think it's the right thing to do that, and they keep Bogdanovich, so they keep that offensive power
Big
still.
time.
Yeah, and Bogdanovich, I think, fits in well when he's healthy. So yeah, I really like this team. I want to see Okongwu get more minutes
Big time.
because I think he's been recently just been showing that he can be efficient. He could
Even last year
potentially
too.
fill a spot. Um, I want to see John Collins baptize a bunch of motherfuckers. That's what I really want to see.
He's going to.
Um, yeah, I like this team. It's a fun team. I really want to see this team be very similar to the Clippers, but even like go higher. Like do you remember the Clippers with CP3?
Yeah, like run and gun shit.
With Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. Like
JJ Redick running
this
off
is Lob City.
screens. Yeah, hell yeah.
I feel like this is the new age Lob City.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
have a lot of potential. I guess technically Minnesota is,
Yeah.
but this
But
is a
John
variation
Collins
of
is
the
athletic,
team.
bro. John Collins is
Yeah,
gonna catch
John
a lot of
Collins gets
lobs.
up there.
Yo, the thing is,
Yeah.
bro, is like on the defensive end, like DeJounte Murray snags a lot of rebounds as a guard. Bro,
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray's gonna get the ball. Trey's gonna run up court and put pressure on that transition three, and there's just bigs rolling to the rim. So
Is
it's like,
DeJounte Murray make an All-Star team?
yeah, 100%. Him and Trey are gonna make it, I think.
Okay.
Bro, if the Hawks are
Heard
hot,
it here first.
bro, if they get hot, bro, they're gonna be hot, 100%. They were lacking on the defensive end last year, and that's why they lost a lot of games. But if they can get stops and get in transition, bro, they're gonna be snapping. So I got high hopes for the Hawks, man. Trey Young's gonna be running around like Steph Curry, chucking threes. It's gonna be fun to watch. On to number 14, bro. Gobert actually took his. I don't know if you saw that stat, but last year he took 15 shot attempts, was the most he took all season with the Utah Jazz, and he took something like 16 shot attempts last night in his first game with the Timberwolves. So they gave him the ball, and they kind of, I guess, they see his potential around the rim as a lob threat and whatnot, and looks like a great fit. Something's going on with Cat. He lost all that weight. He has an illness. Hopefully he gets better soon. We love Cat. We don't want him to be going through that shit. So, shout out to Cat. And when Cat does get healthy, if Cat's spotting up for three as the best shooting center in the league, bro, with Gobert rolling to the rim and Anthony Edwards just shooting mid ranges, and if you don't stay in front of him, he's gonna dunk on anybody in the paint, anyways, including Gobert. So,
Yeah.
bro, Anthony Edwards, look, is Michael Jordan's son, unofficially. Okay, I don't care. I don't care, bro. They look the same. They're built the same.
You
They
think
play,
so?
bro. They play the same. Yes, and Anthony Edwards is he's like Jordan with the competitiveness. Like he's kind of like a dickhead. So he has that edge to him, which is great to see, right? So Minnesota needs that, bro. He's gonna get most improved, and he's an All-Star this year too. So
Ooh.
Anthony Edwards
These
is
are
that guy, bro.
Hot takes. These are hot takes.
Anthony Edwards is that guy. I'm telling you.
I think this team's success depends on D'Lo because I feel like you know what Cat's gonna give you. You know what Anthony Edwards is gonna give you. You know what Gobert is gonna give you. The one player that's kind of up in the air is D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, I think a lot of people have a lot of different takes about him. I hope that we see like the Brooklyn D'Lo. Like that was probably my favorite D'Lo. If he could bring like that killer mentality, if he brings like, if he's even just like considered for an All-Star game, just he doesn't have to make it. If he
Yeah.
plays at that level where he's almost an All-Star,
They're gonna
I
be
feel
tough.
like this team might be like potentially like a powerhouse in the West.
Yo, the thing
Right.
is, Matt, is that he's gonna have the opportunity because you got to double Cat or Gobert in the paint. You're not letting Cat shoot threes open. You're not letting Gobert. So he's gonna have the opportunity to go 1-on-1 and kind of like score. So we'll see if he can do it.
Really high ceiling for this team.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think they need another, like they might need a small forward or something a little bit different. But I think Anthony Edwards is gonna go fucking berserk. I'm telling you, bro, he's gonna go berserk. The he's disgusting. Especially after the playoff experience last year, it's gonna be big. So the Dallas Mavericks, bro, I fucking love them, but I fucking hate them at the same time because of the Phoenix bullshit, bro. Luka's one of my favorite players to watch, man. Bro, Christian Wood, I drafted him in 2 of my leagues. Like I love Christian Wood's solid, man. Jason Kidd is one of the all-time best point guards. So like I love Mark Cuban, bro. I'm rooting for them, but I fucking hate them at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. I swear. So Dallas went 52-30 last year. They beat the Suns, who had the best record in the league last year. Thank God Phoenix won that game last night because they were down 22. I shut off my TV at halftime because I was pissed.
Yeah,
Turned that
you
shit
told me
back
that.
on at midway of the third quarter, and man,
Crazy game,
Damian Lee's the best player on the Phoenix Suns right now. It is what it is. So
comeback.
I don't know what to say, bro. But Mavericks are gonna be nice, man. Dinwiddie's gonna get a lot more run because Brunson's not there, and we've seen Dinwiddie in Washington and in Brooklyn. He's capable of running with a second unit or running by himself. Luka looks better than last year. I don't even know if that makes sense, how that's even possible. But his free throw percentage is up. Like, he was making all his free throws last night. So um, Dallas is gonna be a problem, bro. The West is actually stacked, and I don't know, man. Tough, tough
Yeah,
team.
yeah. I think this team is well put together for what it is. I think Christian Wood coming off the bench is actually pretty smart too. Because if you look at the second unit, even though Spencer Dinwiddie is pretty dominant, like Christian Wood adds something that they really, really need. Dinwiddie could not do it on his own. So yeah, I like Luka Doncic. I like McGee starting. I like how they look. I think this team. Uh, I don't know. It's hard to say because they went pretty far last
Bro,
year,
conference finals against the champions.
and I I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say why they're ranked at 13 if they finished top four last year. I get it. There's a lot of competition this year, but I feel like Dallas is definitely a team that is threatening.
Do
Um,
you think do you think they can go back conference finals? I don't think so. Not in the West.
I think they can because if they can do it once, why can't they do it twice? They're gonna build more chemistry this year. They're just gonna integrate like a couple of their
It's
players.
true
It's
too.
really a lot. Like most of the players are returning, right? And I think if Luca has an MVP type season where he's like top three in that race the entire time, and he's healthy, I don't know if he gets into that zone and he's averaging like
30 plus and
37 and 7, I don't know,
yeah.
something else. Like I don't like he can take them to the finals, but I see what you're saying. It might be unlikely given how competitive the
Stacked
West
the
is.
West is, man. Like, you're gonna be beat up by the conference finals, no matter who
Yeah,
you play in the first two rounds, bro. The West is tough.
absolutely.
Yo, Christian would need to make his free throws, though, bro. Like, he was 3 for 10 last night. I think he still may be the jitters on a new
Yeah,
team, but even if
he's
he comes,
making his threes.
yeah, bro, he was snapping.
Fucking free throws.
But even if he comes off the bench, he's still gonna get starter minutes either way. So I'm glad that he
Absolutely,
came out. I'm glad
absolutely.
that he came out strong yesterday and was like, "Fuck it, off the bench or not, I'm just gonna snap."
Yeah,
So that was a good sign to see, man. Bro, on to number 12, and the fucking disrespect is unbelievable by this John. I don't even know what his last name is because he disrespected the Raptors, so I'm not gonna read his last name. But
this is a fucking rude if you
if
ever
you
read
guys
this.
read this shit, the Raptors sometimes feel like they're playing a different sport than the 29 other teams. That's why we slapped Cleveland. That's why we beat Cleveland last night, and we won a chip, and we're actually nice in the playoffs, and we have the Rookie of the Year. What's wrong with this guy, Matt? So the point is that he says that our 3 point shooting is horrendous, and I checked the numbers. We shot 45% from three yesterday. I don't care if it's a game, but we shot 45% from three yesterday. And listen, bro, we're Raptors fans. We live in Toronto. It's fine. They're not gonna win the chip. I'm not an idiot, but they're not as bad as people think they are. And the one thing with the Raptors that separates them from every other team in the fucking league is they actually play with heart. Whether they lose or they win, bro, they don't want. They play like they actually don't want to lose.
Yeah,
Like, they're all
I agree.
business. They're not stacked. They're all business, right? Bro, our best player is Siakam, and we won 48 games last year, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I think like the one player that like reflects the Raptors' energy is Gary Trent Jr.
bro, he looks better than last year.
Yeah, he's just that locked in mentality, just like that, like you
Business.
know. Yeah, yeah. I love this team. I think Cleveland feels similar to the Raptors in the sense where like the way they believe in Mobley is kind of how we believe in Scotty. Um, you
Scotty's
know,
nice.
I think this team is. I don't know. You're right. We can't say
We need a
it's
superstar, bro.
championship team,
We
but
need a
like it's
superstar.
definitely something that they definitely have a framework that could turn into a championship team.
So
Whether if it's this season or next season or the season after, it definitely looks like they have
the
definitely an
pieces.
identity, right? I think we play really good defense. We need to be better on offense. We need a big man who's
We need a
dominant.
center.
Um, Jared Allen was playing with us yesterday,
Yeah.
and Garland was out, so technically we kind of stole that away from them.
Donovan Mitchell is getting in the paint, no
Yeah,
problem too, big time.
yeah. So I like the Raptors this year. I hope they finish top four. That would be nice.
I don't maybe, maybe not, but you know what? You want to know what the Raptors are away from a championship? A Kawhi Leonard, bro. That's all we need. That's it.
We miss him.
We just need Kawhi, bro. We'll be fine. So now Cleveland's ranked ahead of us. We're gonna talk about Cleveland right now. We won last night, so we should be ranked ahead of them, but that's fine. The thing is, I don't want to diss the Cavs because I actually fucking love that squad. Bro, Mobley right away last year. I took him in a couple of my leagues. Like, I was very big on him winning Rookie of the Year. At one point, I actually thought he was going to win it, but then Scotty just kind of went crazy. Um, Donovan Mitchell is on a new team where he's going to have the ultra green light, and they're kind of going to act the same with, like, Garland and Mitchell. It's kind of like Trae Young and DeJounte, where, like, two guards that can both run the point, shoot a lot of threes, like, get to the paint, assist. I mean, defensively at the guard spot, him and Donovan aren't the greatest. But the thing is, if you do get a blow by between those two, you got to go against LeVert, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. And that paint is not sweet to score in the paint. Like, the Raptors were fighting for
They
their
have a
lives.
defensive identity.
Yeah, they have a defensive identity, right? They still have Kevin Love coming off the bench. They still have Seti Osman, who's still a solid role player that can shoot threes and whatnot, right? They even picked up Neto. I know he's not a big name, but he's just like a solid point guard that can come off the bench. Cleveland's a very deep team. They're well coached, and they had a good run last year, so I think sky's the limit for them. I still think they're a year or two away from, like, championship. But, Karis LeVert was a big pickup, and he looks healthy. Like, he didn't have the best game ever last night, but watching him play, like, he actually looks healthy. So,
Yeah,
really,
on the
really
stat
good to
line, I
see.
thought he's played pretty well.
Yeah.
I love his defensive presence.
Yeah,
I
man.
think this is the year he proves that his value. I think he was injured. He had a tough stretch after playing some of his best basketball in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But I love how this team has a defensive identity, and just adding Donovan Mitchell to the mix, you're not losing anything.
At all.
You're actually improving your offense.
Big time.
So yeah, I think this team is similar, very similar to the Raptors, where they're really trying to be an underrated team that is gonna shock the league, whether it makes it to the second round or even
100%.
even both Raptors and Cleveland, like shot at the conference finals. Even though it would be a little bit of a Cinderella story, I still
It's
think
doable.
they have potential to do it because they have between the Raptors and Cleveland, they both have
Who do you
full
think has
lineups.
more potential?
I think the Raptors are just a little deeper. That's the only thing about, like, I feel like Cleveland's nice, but they just have like their core players. I feel like we have a better like
But in the
six, seven,
playoffs,
eight player.
yeah, that's fair. But I think in the playoffs, Cleveland, like, I don't know, man. Cleveland's
They're scary.
Cleveland's
They're
nice.
scary. I think we have more experience though, and that might give us an edge.
Yeah, for sure. That I can agree to. Number 10, the Brooklyn Nets, Matt. Your squad, they got slapped last night by the Pelicans,
I don't even know
bro.
if I can fucking claim them. Oh my god.
Bro,
That's
their
embarrassing.
defense, their fucking defense is atrocious. Like, I rewatched the highlights and part of that game. Their defense is like, they're fucking terrible.
Yeah. They're
Anybody can.
missing something. You know what it feels like? It feels like the Nets are
You know who they're
like a
missing?
salary cap draft team, and like you spent all your money in the first two,
On
three
Kevin
rounds. And
Durant
you
and Kyrie.
know
You know
what
who
I
the
mean?
Nets are missing? The guy they traded away, Jared Allen. They should have kept him.
And Karis LeVert.
And LeVert too, bro. All right, so listen, man, they still have Kyrie and KD, and at any point, if those two are cooking, they'll beat anybody. But after getting swept by the Celtics last year, you can just see, like, when they put pressure on the Nets defensively and they're really going at Kyrie, KD, like, I don't know, man. The Nets are gonna have a tough time. Ben Simmons is there, but bro, his floor spacing,
Listen, I wanted to ask you,
you
what
can't
do you
even
think
spot
of
up at the
his
inside
shitty
the free throw
fucking
line.
play and him fucking fouling out?
Say that again, one more time.
What do you think of his shitty performance? You
No,
know, we've
yo,
been
listen,
watching
bro.
some air balls online. You know, and he fouled out for like he fouled out in the preseason game, and he's fouling out in the first game of the season. What do you think of Ben Simmons?
I think Ben Simmons he's trying to do shit that he shouldn't be doing, and that's why he's gonna fuck his game up. Like people are asking him to shoot, take jumpers, bro. It's not his game. His game is to play defense, get the ball in transition, go downhill, run right to the rim. If there's two guys guarding you, kick that shit to the corner because he can pass, bro. Ben Simmons can pass. Like he's
Yeah,
nice, and bro, he's a big dude. Like he's a good basketball player. I just feel like he's trying to force it to prove to everybody that he can do everything. The thing is, if he just sticks to his game, run and gun downhill, facilitate. The problem is though is that in the half court set, it's hard because he can't even shoot a corner three, and you give him the ball, whoever's guarding him as the guard just goes under the screen. Nobody has to go over a screen on Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like even if he's shooting a three and he goes into the mid range, he can't make that mid range. So he needs to work on a floater or something. But still, man, I think he just got to play defense. And if they get stops and they
yeah,
get it on,
this is hard. Stop trying to be.
yeah,
Stop trying to shoot.
I
Stop
agree.
trying to take middies. Like you're not that guy.
But the thing is, if they lock in on defense and get in transition, he's gonna flourish. But the thing is, they don't. Kyrie, like they're not playing defense like that. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for Brooklyn, man. They still have a good squad though. Seth Curry, like they still have a decent squad.
Yeah, they just got to be healthy.
Claxton's good too, man. So we'll see.
All right, number 9, the Miami Heat. You know, you were pretty high on this team last year.
Yeah.
I think they dropped in the power rankings because everyone had finals aspirations for this team, and you know the way they got kicked out last year and embarrassed. Um, you know that's kind of why they ranked this low. I don't think they should finish at 9, but I think this is kind of it feels like they kind of got exposed. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, Jimmy Butler was a transition three away from the finals. That's the only fucked up thing. But Boston did, like, bro, Lowry was just terrible. And, like, Jimmy Butler was really going off last year. But, yo, I think the biggest thing for them is, like, Oladipo's there, but he's injured again. Like, I don't know, man. They're just, bro, Tyler Hero needs to have a big year, too, because he was kind of slacking a bit last year. So, this is,
Tatum, so you better have a good year.
bro, listen, this is the year for him to go off because Lowry's not Lowry, Oladipo's not playing, and it's only Jimmy Butler, right? Like Tyler Hero will really need to have a big year. He got his money, just go out and play basketball. And yo, I'll be honest, bro, Bam is very underwhelming to me. Bam is a great center, but he gives me DeAndre Ayton vibes. Where like, bro, your ceiling is so high, but something is missing. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he has those one games where he puts up 40 and then it's just like 15 and 13. Like bro, you're not Gobert. Like you have a mid range, you have a post hook, you can shoot free
Yeah.
throws, right? You're really good defensively. I don't know if it's just the system or what it is, but we're gonna see, man. I need a lot from Bam this year because Jimmy Butler's not gonna be able to carry the load by himself.
Yeah. We'll see
Miami's
what
still, bro. Miami's always gonna be good though because they play defense.
absolutely. And they have really good offense. Like they got shooters. They got
But the
shooters for
the Bulls killed them last night. DeRozan had like 39.
yeah.
I know it's the first game of the season, so you can't really
No,
judge it too much.
still, it's
Still,
that's the story between Miami. Like they can't close important games,
yeah.
even though it's just a season opener. Like it is.
No, bro. Honestly, it sets the tone for like if you start off bad first couple games, like it's
Yeah.
tough to kind of pick it up after. We'll see, man. Miami's still going to be good. Memphis Grizzlies.
Next team.
Matt, go ahead.
Number 8, the Memphis Grizzlies. They played amazing last year. You know, they're what is that? 30 games above 500. That's
It's a lot of
pretty good.
games.
Yeah.
And Ja was injured.
So, yeah, Ja was injured too, and they still played really well. Um, it's going to be interesting because Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be injured for a little bit. So I think Ja is going to show like real MVP, real
Superstar.
all-star value, like if he could lead this squad. And so far, he's doing a great job. Um, I don't know about them being serious contenders, but definitely Jaw is. It's funny because Dallas could be at number 8, but they're
Yeah.
not because Jaw is just being like,
But
a
Luka's
big leader for
technically,
them. They're-
realistically, Luka's technically better than Ja. If they play a series, Luka's the best player on the floor. I know it's tough
Yeah,
to say
I
it.
guess Memphis role players are just better. Like Bane is better.
And they had DeAnthony Melton
Dylan
last year,
Brooks plays defense.
and they
They
had
play
Kyle Anderson, but
they
he's
play a
gone
good
too.
balance of offense and defense better than Dallas, I guess. At least for a regular season format, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm big on this team. I think they're threatening. Like at one point they were number 2 last year in the power rankings. They
Yeah, they
were
were up there.
one of the top teams. So this team can also be a contender and surprise everyone. But I just think people lack them. They don't take them serious because um, it's a young team.
Ja's gonna put a lot of pressure on opposing defenses, man. He's just gonna get to the rim, get to the rim, get to the rim, get to the rim,
Is
and
he the most exciting player in the league?
I think, so, bro, Ja's must see TV right now, bro. Yeah, I would say he's the most exciting right now.
Every game,
Bro, preseason
every
games,
game.
he's catching windmill lobs. The guy's nuts.
It's
Like
like there's certain players, like there's the Currys, there's the LeBrons, there's like the must see players, and he's becoming that like,
one of those
yo, you
guys.
gotta catch him live.
He reminds me of D Rose, bro. Young D
Yeah,
Rose. The hang
absolutely.
time, the alley oops, like he's different. So the Grizzlies are still gonna be good, man. Desmond Bane's only gonna get better. Dylan Brooks is there defensively. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, that's gonna be tough, but they'll have him back for playoffs, which is cool. And like they still have Steven Adams, and Steven Adams is like underrated in terms of like just a solid center that's gonna play defense and just do all the right things. Like he's not gonna go out of his comfort zone, and I think that's what they need, right? So, and they can play small, man. They have a lot of wings, guards, so I think they'll be okay. Like last night, they were running Tyus Jones and Ja at the point, like they were running that lineup in the playoffs, and it works,
Yeah,
right? So
great.
I think the main thing is if their shooters are hitting threes, because Ja's gonna get them a lot of open looks, they're gonna have a good season. So, but dude, it's the same story with a lot of these teams because the West is so stacked.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't agree with this next team at number 7.
who's number 7? Let's look right now. Denver Nuggets. Why not? You think they're higher or lower?
They're too high.
Really?
I don't believe in this team. I don't like this team. Like, listen, shout out Nikola Jokic, shout out uh, Jamal Murray for coming back, and Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron. What is this, bro? It's not a fucking championship team. Like, it's not. I
Fair.
don't. I don't understand. They've been running this same team for 5, 6 years. Like, you just need to blow it up right now. Like, Jokic is your guy, but like, you need to give him help. Like, I get it. Murray's coming back, but Aaron Gordon isn't help.
No.
Like, where are you going with that? Like,
They
I
got
love
KCP.
Bones Island. Sorry.
They got KCP. He has
Is
a
that
championship.
enough? Is that championship
No,
material?
I'm just saying though, he's a solid two guard. So I'm just talking shit.
Yeah. They're a very good offensive team. I'll give them that. I can't take them serious. I really can't. I don't think this is a contending team. Um, they it's just not serious to me. I would definitely say Dallas and Memphis are teams that in my mind are more competitive than Denver. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fair, man. I think the only thing with Denver is that it's kind of hard to count him out right now because Jokic is just fucking Jokic, and he can win a game at any point in time against anybody. Um, if Jamal Murray comes back to bubble Jamal Murray, then they're going to be a problem because he's going to put so much
And Michael
pressure.
Porter Jr.
MPJ too, right? And then I'm like the KCP pickup is actually a nice pickup because all he's gonna do is shoot threes and play defense. He will not dribble the ball. And the last place he did that was the Lakers, and I'm pretty sure that he was on that championship team. So KCP's nice. They need a 3 and D kind of like shooting guard. He's gonna start at the 2 guard. They have a decent lineup, man. I feel like their bench is lacking a little bit, but Jokic, Jamal Murray, and if Michael Porter Jr. can be MPJ that he was 2 years
Even the
ago,
bubble one. The
bro,
bubble MPJ was sicko.
that's what I'm saying. So I do feel what you're saying with Memphis and Dallas though. Those two teams are better than the Nuggets in a playoff series for sure. I just think that they have the best player. They have Jokic, so they're always gonna get ranked higher.
Absolutely.
But 48 and 34 is listen, bro. Jokic carried them last year, so I think that's why they get the rating that they do, and they're pretty well coached too. Mike Malone's a good coach, so we'll see.
Absolutely.
Philly 76ers. at number 6. Best big in the league, second best big in the league, whatever. They got Embiid. He's going to go off this year. Harden looks good. But the thing with Harden is it's very Hardenish to play fantastic during the regular season and then in the playoffs disappear or just fall right off. I think, Matt, the only thing is with them is that Tyrese Maxey is really going to improve this year. You can already see from the games that they've played, preseason and regular season, he is like looking for his own shot. He's not deferring to Harden. If he has the ball, he's going to go crazy. Embiid just needs to be Embiid. I think he forced it a lot in that game against Boston. You could see he was really trying to like establish himself. Bro, Doc Rivers as a coach, I just have PTSD from Clippers days. I honestly,
sent you?
huh?
Did you see that tweet I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
I'm a
Bro,
go, keep going. I'm gonna read
pure
it out
pure
loud.
PTSD with Doc Rivers. So I feel like Philly can be a great team. Philly has finals potential. I will tell you that. They have the roster. They have the lineup. Tobias Harris is still there. And you know what's crazy, Matt? They're not even playing Matisse Thybulle at all. Last year
Yeah,
they were playing him for the defensive, but he just can't score, so they haven't been using him.
yeah. He's been like they can't even use him for defensive purposes
Yeah.
because he's been such a liability,
The
right?
thing with Philly that's gonna mess with a lot of teams, Matt, is that they
Yeah,
shoot a lot of free throws. Between Harden and Embiid alone, they shoot like 10, 12 free throws a game each. So they're gonna put a lot of teams in foul trouble. It's gonna be, can they get after it defensively consistently? That's what it's gonna have to be. So
yeah.
we'll see.
I really like Tyrese Maxey.
Bro, he's nice.
I think I just love that. Like, I love what they have together between like that's their big three: Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, and Joel Embiid. I feel like it's very dominant. I think they're at number 6 for that reason. They have actual like star players, and it works. I think Harden's gonna be. I see what you're saying. I think this he has the potential to have his best year ever this year. I know someone can argue you have that like uh, you could say that about Harden every year.
Bro, Houston Harden.
But that first year he had with Brooklyn, he was really good.
Yeah.
I feel like he could. I feel like he could like take off where he left off there and
Hmm.
kind of continue being that player. Is it gonna be his best? I don't know, but I definitely think like, you know, I heard Joel Embiid and James Harden were trying to meet up like even the season before. It seems like he
Daryl
came in.
Morey's there. They got PJ
Darby's like
Tucker.
injured. It feels like this is like a clean slate. So I'm high on Harden this year, having a great year, which is why I think both of them aren't going to be in the MVP race because,
Until the playoffs.
huh?
I said until the playoffs.
Well, we'll see about playoffs. I don't even want to get too like ahead of myself with that. I don't want to like say something too outlandish, but I think this team is at least a dominant regular season team
No,
for sure.
100%, bro. And they have finals potential as much as anybody else in the East.
I think so. I think this team has finals potential.
They have
too.
huge finals potential, bro. They've had the playoff experience. Like they got rid of
Two
Benson.
MVPs on the same team.
Yeah, and bro, the Ben Simmons thing is gone now. They're starting fresh, like you were saying, clean slate. They got PJ Tucker. They have wings. They have defenders.
They're
They're
probably
solid.
thinking, "Fuck, we don't have Ben Simmons."
They're definitely not thinking, fuck, we don't have Ben Simmons. No disrespect to Ben
No, I
Simmons.
said, "Thank fuck, we don't."
Oh
have
yeah, 100% they're thinking that. 100%. Now, number 5, Matt.
All right, number 5.
I hate to say this shit, but these guys are gonna be nice. They're probably gonna win the West this year.
The LA Clippers, my
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, mine too, bro. Are you kidding me? Listen, man, Kawhi is enough to take any team to the finals. We've seen it before, and we will probably see it again. Now, the only thing I will say with this Clippers team is that they're going to be like the Raptors when we won the chip, because even when Kawhi's not playing, bro, you still have Paul George, John Wall, Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell, Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Zubac, Brandon Boston, Terrence Mann. Bro, they are stacked. Luke
They're
Kennard.
like 13 man's deep.
Yeah, the only setback with that is that who are they gonna iron out for the playoffs? The 8 guys, 7, 8, 9 guys. It's gonna be like guys are gonna get minutes cut, chemistry wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I really like the John Wall pickup. He's looked great in preseason. We get to watch them play tonight against the Lakers. That's gonna be a huge game. I'm gonna say it now. They're gonna beat the shit out of the Lakers tonight. Kawhi and Paul George. Kawhi's coming off the bench, He's gonna play 20 minutes, and he's gonna go. He's gonna probably have 25 in 20 minutes.
Berserk.
Yeah, Paul George too, bro. Like they have two of the best wings in the league. The thing with the Clippers, they were defensive rating 8 last year. Paul George didn't play half the season, and Kawhi didn't play at all. And they got Norman Powell late, and Covington late, and John Wall late. Like they're gonna be serious defensively, and people really sleep on Zubac. Everybody's like, oh, they need a center, bro. Zubac is like Steven Adams, makes his free throws, gets back on defense, protects the rim, and catches lobs. Bro, he's a solid center, right? So, and if they want to go small, they could put Morris at the 5 with Kawhi and PG, switch at the 3 and 4. John Wall, Norman Powell. It's a crazy lineup. So
Yeah.
I do believe.
I'm really high on this team. I think this team should win the championship, honestly.
But the Clippers are cursed, 100%. That franchise is cursed. But if any team is gonna break that curse, it's this team. This is the best Clippers team. This is better than the Lob City Clippers, 100%.
Wow.
Bro, Blake Griffin and DeAndre, bro, the second best player on that team was not Paul George or Cole. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If CP's the best, Blake Griffin's no Paul George.
That's facts.
100%.
Well, so to me, this team looks like it was designed that if Paul George disappears, they have ammo, they have
Yeah.
backup just in case that happens. It feels like that's how the squad is kind of built. Yeah, you didn't even mention Kennard, and like that's what's crazy. They have like pieces that like
Depends who they're
you
playing.
even forget to mention because that's how deep they are. I like this team. This team has a defensive identity. They don't have a consistent offensive identity. I think they can move the ball better and trust each other. It seems like, there's a lot of ego on this team. A lot of players, Reggie Jackson, there's a lot of egos. John Wall, it will be a lot of egos,
For
and
sure.
they have to play together. They can't be selfish. A lot of players, even Norman Powell, even though he's been on a championship team, and one with Kawhi, he's not gonna be that guy who looks out just strictly for scoring. He's gonna have to pass up the ball and not worry about, scoring 15 a game. Like that's not his role, right? So if everyone can play their position on this team, I don't see why they can't win a championship. To be honest, I would put this team at.
I like them where they're at.
I would probably put them top 3.
I like them where they're at just because they got to prove it still, to be honest.
Okay.
I like them where they're at. I just think, Matt,
On paper, they're top 3 at least. They might be the best team on paper.
Yeah. Like NBA 2K-wise are the best team on player. Like just a simulation, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, they're just going to be so good defensively where it's going to be a lot of transition buckets. They're going to be John Wall's Wall's going to get the ball and just fucking run.
Everyone can play offense this year too. They got scorers on top of the defenders. So I think this is one of the scariest teams for sure.
On to number 4, bro, my squad. So bro, they won 64 fucking games last year.
Crazy.
And blew a 3-2 lead.
Record.
Huh?
Iconic record, 64-18.
Bro, it's unreal. It's a crazy season record. And they blew it to the Mavericks in Game 7. Thank God they beat them last night, like I was saying before. Listen, I'm going to put this out there. Huh?
You were shitting your pants last night.
No, it's a first game. It's the morale. Like, it's a really bad start to the season for them. Yeah. They needed to win that game to be like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got our revenge. Let's just play now. Bro, thank God Jay Crowder is gone. I hate saying this, but thank God, because he missed so many damn threes. Yes, he's an energy guy, but I've been saying, if you go to the podcast last year and look at those videos, Matt, what was I always saying? Start Cam Johnson. Start Cam Johnson. Start Cam Johnson. That's what they're doing. Jay Crowder got pissed, and that's why he's leaving the team. Now, Cam Johnson had cramps last night. Didn't play the rest of the game. But in 20 minutes, he was 6 for 13 and hit 4 threes. So, Cam Johnson's going to be a huge, huge thing for them, bro. Damian Lee, okay. We still have Landry Shamet. Cameron Payne's got to go.
Where's Saric?
Saric is there, bro. They're just not giving him any minutes right now because they have that Australian guy.
He'll come back.
Yeah, I think he'll be back.
I think he'll be a good player for them. Really big
for sure.
For them.
We need, bro. Listen to me. The CP slander. I don't want to hear this shit because the man is 38 years old, 37. I don't want to hear that shit. He needs to be the third option on that team. He has to be
second option.
Third, bro. Third. For them to be successful, he has to be the third because he needs to just rest himself for. That's why they were so good last year because he just rested himself for fourth quarters, and then the playoffs came. Booker was not Booker. DeAndre Ayton was not aggressive, so CP had to be the first option, and then he was old and tired. But bro, that game against the Pelicans, he has the like 14 for 14 in a playoff game, and they won by 2 or 3. It's not normal. So CP needs to be the third option. He's an old man, similar to LeBron on the Lakers. They can still do what they can do, but they're not the primary. Like they shouldn't be the primary guy. Booker last night though, you see him running the pick and roll, getting assists with DeAndre Ayton. Like it looks good. DeAndre Ayton needs to be aggressive, and bro, Mikal Bridges, like CP could technically be the fourth option in terms of scoring, Matt. Mikal Bridges has the potential. He can shoot the three. He has a mid-range. He can get to the rim. He just needs to just be aggressive as well. And listen, I know people think Phoenix is in shambles, which is good because maybe they need that. But I think Phoenix is still going to be better than a lot of people think, man. They're still a top 5 team in the West for me. Top 4.
Yeah, I feel like Phoenix is very similar to Miami, just higher ranked in the
Yeah.
sense where like I feel like the media has just portrayed them as teams that fell off
Yeah.
or you can't take them really serious. Yeah, definitely see a lot of CP3 slander lately.
He's old, bro.
I'm not fucking with it.
The guy's ancient.
I see I see this team. I see their potential. I think they still get underlooked because it's a small market team. So I definitely think this team can still make the finals. I think a lot of people would do. Meet me in the comments. Um, catch us in the comments. But yeah, no, I think this team is a finals contender. They have what it takes to get over the hump. The question is, are they going to close games? They've done it before. I don't see why they can't do it again. I think Torrey Craig is a great defensive player for them. They have Josh Okogie. They got Shamit.
They have a good team, bro.
I need Aiden to wake the fuck up.
Me too.
I need Aiden to wake up. He is not the DeAndre Aiden that I saw in the playoffs in the finals run. I want to see that Aiden. I haven't seen him since the finals.
No. I think, Matt, I think where they messed up last year too is that the year before that they went to the finals and they lost. And I think they started off the year so well, and that's why they won 60. They were coming for everybody's necks last year during the regular season. Winning 64 games is a lot, bro. That's a lot of wins, a lot of close games. And I feel like by the time they got to the playoffs, they kind of burnt out because of how well they did during the regular season. So I feel like CP's not going to play as many minutes this year, right? You're going to see the minutes kind of be managed a little bit differently so that they don't run out of gas when they get into a dogfight with the Mavericks or whoever, right? But I think they had a vengeance last year after losing to the Bucks in the finals, and they went crazy in the regular season. I don't think they're going to do that this year. They're going to win 50 games maybe, and they're just going to be a middle of the pack West team. But you're still not going to want to see them in the first round. I'll tell you that for
Absolutely.
sure. And bro, Booker's only going to get better. I don't care what they say, but Booker's only going to get better.
He's did you see that move he did where
He's nice.
He faked it and hit that midi? Like he's he he's that guy. He made All NBA first team. I think the next challenge for him, honestly, even though it's kind of high, I want to see him like
Be
be in that
MVP.
position.
Yeah, he should be. That's what I'm saying. He should be the first option. He should be averaging 30 a game this year. Should be
Absolutely.
averaging 30 a game.
He's got to go off.
100%. On to number 3, the Boston Celtics, who went to the finals last year, picked up Brogdon.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Robert Williams is injured. Their coach is gone. But yo, you know what, bro? I got Boston going back to the finals. Like in the predictions, Boston's better than last year. They're actually
And Brogdon and Derek White, like even though Derek White got added last year, I think
Yeah.
a lot of people sleep on like how ridiculous that is.
Grant
And
Williams is better too.
Derek White is a big reason that they went to the finals. Like people don't realize that like this team is like almost flawless. Like they close the gaps, and it's funny to think this team was 11th place. This team was sitting where the Raptors are sitting. They were always kind of neck and neck with the Raptors. For them to be number 3, for them to be a real contender, serious threat. Um, yeah, this team is, Jason Tatum is a star.
So is
Just
Jalen Brown, bro.
Jalen Brown, like you got 2 forwards. It's like it kind of feels like you have
Paul George and
Kawhi
Kawhi.
and PG. on the same team, but you could argue like because they're younger, they're heading into their prime. Like this is some top notch shit. So yeah, can the Celtics go to the finals?
I think
Absolutely.
they're going to the finals,
Will
bro.
the next team stop them? I don't know.
I think they're going back to the finals, man. I think it's gonna be them and the Clippers. Bro, they got better. Their
I think
defense.
they're deeper. I think they're deeper. I think that'll be the difference
And did you
because
see what they were doing to Embiid every time they threw him the ball? Two guys. As soon, bro, Embiid couldn't even move. As soon as he caught the ball, there was two guys. Al
yeah,
Horford's still there, who's gonna play well. Like, right? And when they get Robert Williams back by playoffs time, bro, they're
they
gonna
have the
be.
best defense in the league.
Yeah, they do have the best defense in the league by far. They had it last year, and they'll have it again this year. And the thing is, they can score in bunches too. It's not one of those teams that are nice on defense.
Exactly.
They,
Anyone can. Grant Williams will give you on your
20 if
head
you
top
need it.
for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And
anyone.
Jalen Brown and Tatum had 35 each in the opener.
Horford, like anyone can give you buckets.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be it's definitely gonna be solid. So I think the only thing I was reading here is that they rank 29th in defensive rebounding percentage, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I think they're gonna be fine, bro. They box out. They
I
play
think Blake
defense.
Griffin is a good ad. Not that he brings a crazy defensive
No, he's a veteran. Yeah,
but just until Robert Williams comes back, just a big who can like hustle.
yeah,
I think that's what they need.
I think so too. On to the Milwaukee Bucks, man. Middleton is out. Drew's still there. Giannis can arguably best player in the league if you want to call it that at times. Um,
Mhm.
he's gonna go for MVP campaign. I just, man, something with the Bucks. I don't know what it is, but something's off for me personally. A lot of people have them going back to the finals, conference finals for sure. I just don't know what it is. Maybe it's this Chris Middleton injury, but I don't see Chris Middleton and Giannis I see Giannis being enough, but I don't see the rest of the team being enough like to beat Boston in a 7-game series, man. Boston's better than last year. I know Chris Middleton didn't play last year, but I just don't see it happening. Bro, Philly will give Milwaukee a tough time, right? I'm not sleeping on Giannis, but the rest of that team is kind of thinning out. Brook Lopez is older. Bobby Portis is older. So I'm not sleeping on Giannis, though, man. He can carry them all the way like he has before, even in the finals. I just think that they're missing something there, so we'll see.
Okay, well, I definitely disagree with you because I think um, they're nice. I see what you're saying about the Celtics. I definitely see it. They could have an edge on them, but I'm not gonna sleep on them. I think that if Chris Middleton's healthy, Drew Holiday's in full form, you got Grayson Allen, Brooke Lopez, Bobby Portis,
Pat
like
Connaughton.
yeah, they just and even some of their young players, I don't necessarily know their names off the top of my head, but I think they just got like a good chemistry. They got good leadership. They're in good hands. So again, it's basically Giannis being dominant. Like Giannis is showing like something only like a LeBron could do, or a Kawhi could do, or a KD could do, right?
Not
So
a
it's not
KD.
necessarily about the team necessarily being deep. You're
Yeah.
right. When I say these names, it doesn't sound like, oh wow, they got like a deep squad. No,
Role
yeah,
players.
you're right, but you know we saw their championship run, what they could potentially do. So I'm not gonna discount this team, but I definitely see what you're saying in terms of like the Celtics being a fuller team. And I feel like in a 7 game series, you're right. That might end up being something that ends up working to the Celtics' advantage. But I like the Bucks' chances of making the finals as long as their big three is healthy.
That's fair. I could deal with that. Bro, on to number one. I just don't understand how Steph Curry keeps getting better.
Oh my.
Bro, he's disgusting. And honestly,
NBA Finals MVP for the first time.
he deserved it, man. He deserved it. I think that was probably the ring that's the only ring that I like from the Warriors. I hate that Cavs ring. I hate those two KD rings. This one I'm cool with. Bro, they picked up Dante DiVincenzo. They have a solid squad. Moses Moody, Kaminga, Wiseman. Like Jordan Poole's going crazy, man. Jordan Poole's like a
And
high.
JaMychal Green.
Yeah, he's a big pickup too.
You know what I mean? Like
But Jermichael
that's like
Green, the thing about the Warriors is that Jermichael Green on Denver is Jermichael
the
Green.
defensive presence,
I
you know,
know, but
like
on
He can shoot
Denver,
threes.
but on
He
Denver,
fits in with the squad.
yeah, but on Denver he was like Jermichael Green. But on the Warriors, he's Jermichael Green because they have that system, like plug
Yeah,
and play, man. They have a great system. They could literally get anybody to go at any time. They still have Kevon Looney, who's a great center, man. Played unreal in the playoffs for them. So that lineup of like Poole, Clay, and Curry puts so much pressure on the defense that they're just gonna chuck a lot of threes, get out in transition, and I don't know, man. I just like they. I think they can repeat. I think they can go back to the finals for sure. I really think that though the Clippers are going to give them a run because of the defense if they're healthy. Obviously, it's messed up to say that because we just saw the Warriors win a chip, and I'm like almost kind of discrediting them in one way. But I don't know, man. They are
yeah,
going to be a really tough team to beat. And the thing with the Warriors is they only won 53 games last year. They're going to prime for the playoffs again. They're going to manage Curry and Clay's minutes. They're not going to go crazy. And honestly, Draymond punching Poole is good. I'm not. It's a good thing, bro.
what the
It's
fuck?
a
What do you mean?
good. It's a good thing. You want to know why? They're
Builds
gonna,
team chemistry? Like, what do you,
bro.
how?
No, because bro, they're gonna have to lock in regardless. When they get on the court, so bro, what the fuck? So
What, so they got closer because he punched him?
I'm not saying that they got closer, but if Draymond punches Poole in the face and knocks his ass out, and then they get on the court and Draymond's rolling to the rim, you don't think Poole's gonna pass it to him if he's wide open? Of course he's going to, bro. The point is that Golden State loves storylines and they love being counted out. Golden State loves that shit and they use it as fuel. The same way last year, nobody even expected them to go to the playoffs. The Warriors were like, yeah. Steph Curry was like, okay, fuck, you know what I'm saying? So now
Yeah.
people are like, oh, Draymond's going to be gone next year. Is this the last dance for the Warriors? And I hate even saying this because fuck the Warriors. I don't like them. I'm a Phoenix fan. But I've seen them for so many years. And even when KD left, oh, the Warriors aren't going to do shit. Bro, they just won a chip. Like, they beat the shit out of any team that they played. And Steph Curry was snapping. And he looks better this year. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think the situation lights a fire under Draymond's ass
Yeah.
because I feel like
To
he's
play.
probably the player that has, like, probably declined the most out of the core Warriors, right? So I feel like this is kind of the wake up call. Like, yo, you gotta move correct. You gotta stay on top of your shit. You gotta be like a top notch teammate, And
And
I
they need
think,
him to win, Matt.
yeah,
They need him to win. They're not saying
absolutely,
shit without
absolutely.
Draymond.
They need him. They need him defensively. He scares players like AD off, and he's a big
Which is
defensive
crazy.
presence. Locks him down, like players like that down. So yeah, and like you said, so they got new players who are really great additions, fit in right with the culture, and then you got players like Wiseman or Kaminga who are young players that are progressing well. Jordan Poole, who uh, got the big bag. He's gonna be a crazy good player for them.
Wiggins is still
Wiggins,
there, bro.
right? So this team, I picked them to go to the finals and win. Um, I'm kind of very similar to you. I don't really fuck with the Warriors like that heavy, but I can't lie. Like,
They're
even though I
nice.
think they're the strongest team, I just think Warriors are gonna win. Like, if you had to ask me to put money down on a team, who is realistically gonna win this year? Honestly, the Warriors are that team. They have a championship identity. What are they going? Number five? They're going for number fucking
They went to
five?
6 finals in 8 years, bro.
Yo, if they pull this shit off,
They can.
they're
That's
gonna
the
get
thing.
started, they're gonna start getting compared to the Bulls,
They
you
can,
know?
bro. They can pull
Uh,
this shit off.
and to be honest with you, if I could see it. I could see why not compare them to the Bulls. Like they actually have a
Nobody's,
winning.
bro. Nobody's as good as Michael Jordan on that team. Stop.
That's fine. It's
I'm
not about
teasing you.
that though. It's a winning culture though. It's a team. It's a dynasty. You have to consider them a dynasty. You cannot not say that. No matter how much, like it is pretty basketball. It is the prettiest basketball you could see from it's a coach's dream
Yeah,
to
they're
coach the
nice.
Warriors. So
And yo,
yeah,
Steve Kerr.
team NBA,
Steve Kerr deserves a lot of credit too, man. So
yeah, great coach.
the thing is, man, they're defending the title, so they're gonna be a tough out for sure. Nobody's gonna
Yeah,
want to play him in the playoffs.
this is exciting.
I know,
Week
man.
one in the books.
I'm pumped, man. We're gonna go watch this Lakers Clippers game right after this. Um, but I don't know, man. It's gonna be a great season. pick your one dark horse team. Like who's your sleeper out of all these teams?
My sleeper. Um, I'm probably. I really want to go for the hometown team Raptors, but I'm probably gonna go Memphis. I just feel like even though they don't look good on paper, Ja just gives me MVP vibes. I just took in they didn't even mention Chicago at all. Like that's so disrespectful.
Yeah, Chicago was like 17 or something because Zach Levine, DeRozan. But DeRozan has
I
MVP
guess because
potential too.
Lonzo Ball is out too, it just that team was a contender. But yeah, I want to say Memphis. I want to go for the home team. I really hope the Raptors,
Like shock
you
everyone.
know, shake everyone. Yeah, because I feel like they're the Phoenix of the 10th to 20th seed in the power rankings.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm big on that. And yeah, how about you? Who do you think is your
Bro, the
dark horse?
Hawks, bro. The Hawks. 100%.
Interesting. I thought you were gonna say Cleveland.
Nah, what I would say Hawks or Cleveland, but bro, that DeJounte Murray and Trey backcourt's gonna be nuts. So we're gonna see.
Fair.
All right, man. Great episode. We will catch you guys for the MVP after week 1 and then power rankings again next week. Just a reminder for anyone that's still here, all of your fantasy teams suck. And if you guys are in a league with me, you are getting smoked this year. So that's how we're going to end the pod. Appreciate you guys. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.